So you'll have to look at my YouTube channel up, okay? So you can find it that way. Ooh.
No, I don't want to be seen with you. They'll know.
You can't.
Ah, well, he's not in the mood.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Perhaps he has something bigger to worry about than us. Albion's hot on his trail. GPS history shows a pattern of raids on locations he's recently visited.
My curiosity is piqued. DedSec might want to investigate.
Got it. I've tracked...
Yeah.
Source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about policing.
Oh, listen to the radio station on this.
Ever since Sir Robert Peel created the police force as we know it in 1829, London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. Albion. And they're about as far from the old-fashioned Bobby on the beat as it's possible to get. When Hassani handed over London to Nigel Cass, many people were surprised, but we weren't. London has been up for sale and privatisation for years. The only difference is that now the private companies have guns. So how did it happen? What does it mean? How can we reverse it? And what's the price of justice? On Buccaneer, we conceal everyone's full names for their own safety. Here's Helen.
I think you can actually write it as well. Do you want me to write it?
And justice in pre-crisis Britain.
One of the kind of classic hallmarks of a fascist
nice.
leader is having
Yeah, so
a
have I.
private army or police force. You know, it is in a democracy, the state tends to have a monopoly.
Hey, not
on
bad turning
violence.
there,
It's
eh?
not what happens when a state fails. You know, you end up with people running their own private militias, and we've seen this all over the world. You know, every kind of great dictator in history has had basically their own jackboot.
I'm here.
That brilliant Albion goon left their optic on passive listening mode. Must have skipped counter-surveillance day in fascist school. They might have recorded something about our prospect.
Right, I'll get you that data.
There's one up there. Yep. Ooh, sweet. This will be your opportunity. You ready? Whoop. So I want that green thing that's there. So that's tech points for more leveling up. So, for example, my tech tree! So you can upgrade, like, unlock stuff. So, like, Riot drones could be hijacked, so you can, like, disable them. And that's like, there you go. It's like, what that? It's a grenade launcher. What I'm looking for is directly down below me. Hello. I think I just saw a drone.
Investigation underway.
Lol. Been hit by it. Just for the sake of it. There we go. So literally they're like, oh, why did that just go down? They'll be like, okay, you need to turn it back on, turn it back on. That was rather shocking. I think it's underneath me right here. Inside that room there by the looks of it.
Authorities are here to protect you. Disturbance detected.
Detectives. Basically, there's a cooldown time until you can use it again. It's an upgrade. Ah, good.
That's her.
Don't. Just got it exploded. They were like, oh, he's here somewhere. You watching, are you? Right now. Yeah, I just had someone else started watching.
Looks clear. We'll check another area.
Oh, yeah. Just wait until it goes available again. I can just drop it down in there.
They're gone. Cancel the search.
They have definitely dumbed it down compared to the original. Hello. How am I out of range?
Investigating disturbance. Target malfunctioning.
Get that little crawly thing. Oh, hell!
Right.
Me.
Congratulations on your victory. Now get out of there so we
Got
can
it.
take a look at what you've got. Just as I thought. Take a listen to this.
You find the drugs cache?
It was right where you said. Aren't we lucky?
Told you not to worry. We've got that acid over a barrel. The goods will always
Oh yeah,
be
and if you look here, look, there's no one driving it.
Isn't it? It seems I was wrong. The man we're after isn't being hunted by Albion. He's planting evidence for them.
Let's go talk to him. Bagley, broker a meeting.
I'm Tash, and this is Buck.
One thing I don't like is like, it doesn't show that bit.
Today we're talking about policing, by consent or by force for profit. Ever since Sir Robert Peel created the police force as we know it in 1829, London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. about as far from the old-fashioned Bobby on the beat as it's possible to get. When Hassani handed over London to Nigel Cass,
you can tell as well, it's like electric cars, isn't it?
We weren't. London has been up for sale and privatisation for years.
Yeah, the car, you can
the
hear
only
it's
difference
electric.
is that now the private companies have guns. So how did it happen? What does it mean? How can we reverse it? And what's the price of justice? On Buccaneer,
Oh yeah, just for the sake of it.
for their own safety. Here's Helen, who investigated policing, civil rights and justice in pre-crisis Britain.
One of the kind of classic hallmarks of a fascist leader is having their own private army or police force. You know, it is, in a democracy, the state tends to have a monopoly on violence, and that's not what happens when a state fails. You know, you end up with
What a knockout!
private militias, and we've seen this all over the world. You know, every kind of great dictator in history has had basically their own jackbooted set of guys that they can send in to rough up people who annoy them. And that's the danger of a force like Albion. You know, you start taking powers to yourself, and actually who is in charge of telling you no? It's always a worrying sign when you see, say, a president surrounding themselves with ex-military guys, with, you know, 5-star generals or whatever it might be, because that sort of suggests that they want to run the country like you run a war. And in a war, you have to be incredibly hierarchical. You know, you have to be top down. People essentially have to obey orders, because that's the only way that you can make that work.
Yeah, what? Are you really planting evidence for Albion? Because if you are, I've got your name spelled out on my knuckles.
Look, it's not by choice, all right? Albion's got serious dirt on me. Either I do what they say or I'm fucked.
So what if someone made that dirt disappear?
You'd have to wipe Albion's servers from within their own compound. You pull that off, I'll owe you my life. But it ain't gonna happen.
I say we help him out. Could be useful to us.
Albion's
Nobody
got sensitive
fucking helped
data like
him.
this on air-gapped servers, so zeroing those hard drives will solve this problem and put an end to this whole evidence planting scheme.
Okay, excellent. Send me the coordinates.
Oh well. Oh, it's a different guy completely. Okay. Yeah, screw you, game. I actually didn't get the guy. What the heck? Yeah, look at that. Look at the cat ears, eh? And the picture doesn't even match it. Because the ear is like right out to the side there.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and this is Buccaneer. Your source for what
Yeah,
they
I'm going to have to
don't
end it for the time being, okay, dude? Because I need to do some stuff a second.